Rivet here. Welcome back to another episode of Cube World. Oh man, it feels good to be back. Happy Wednesday. Happy Cube World Day. Welcome back to hell, everybody. Probably the last day will be in this biome, I would assume. We are closing in on the edge of it. I thought we'd go up to here and then see if there's anything else to fight. And then we'll head over and take on the one boss battle that is over here. I'm not too sure if that'll be in today's episode or in the next one. Doesn't matter. Whatever it is, it's all good. But I just want to talk about a couple of things while it's on my mind and fresh. One of the things that I truly love is serendipity. Serendipity is one of those things that happens when you think you're going to be doing one thing, and then the world, the life, everything just kind of takes you in a different direction, and you find out that you're where you need to be exactly at the right moment, and that kind of happened to me the other day. Now, anybody that has been around this channel for a while knows how much I appreciate Chris. Chris is a programmer and fan of Cube World that has made a ton of neat little tips and tricks and changes. Anybody that has watched anything that I've done here over the last little while knows that my love of the fix for the bottles is it has no limits or bounds. It made life a lot easier. There's a stutter fix that he fixed. There's a bunch of things that Chris went out of his way to remedy. Again, just for the love of the game, love of coding, love of, wanting to fix something that was driving him nuts and drove me nuts for quite a few years. The stutter fix was really annoying. So Chris popped up on the channel, on the Discord the other day, was showing a little bit that he'd been working on. He had incorporated, oh, nice one, moves. He'd incorporated a new terrain generator into Cube World. And he said that I've incorporated Veloren's train generator. And I looked at it. The train looked amazing. And I was like, this is really cool. What is this? And where'd you get it? And, where can I get this terrain generator? Because I know I've got Season 9 coming up. I thought it'd be a kind of a fun thing to incorporate. So he says that, that it's another project that's out there, kind of like Cube World. So I end up crawling down the rabbit hole, took a look online, found a community for it, ended up on their Discord. And just was kind of taking a look at all the things that they've been doing. And it's a Cube World-like game. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of details about what it is. There'll be a link in the description down below if you guys are interested in checking out what they're doing. But anyway, I joined their Discord just to kind of keep an eye on things because I'm interested. I've been following First Light for a little while now. Trying to think, about almost a year or a little bit less. And if you guys don't know First Light, I apologize. It's another voxel little game that's being developed by Sam. Oh dear God, Sam and sorry, Sam and the other guy. Sorry, they're from Australia and they've been doing a wonderful little job just crafting this fun little looking game. So I enjoy people that get inspired by Cube World and want to create, especially in the light that Wally seems to have basically disappeared off the face of the planet and doesn't post any real updates, just the odd little Twitter thing every now and again. So it's kind of left it up to folks to create their own in his absence, and I tell you, love what I'm seeing. But to get back to the Veloren thing, is that I joined the Discord group, and again, I don't expect anything from anybody. I'm just a guy that happens to play Cube World. I have a YouTube channel. I am, in all honesty, considering myself an absolute nobody, and that's how I like it. I don't think anybody should know me, recognize me, especially not in a place that I didn't expect to find folks that knew me. And I wake up the next morning to a couple of messages on the Discord saying, hey, are you the Rivet head that has the YouTube channel plays Cube World? And I was like, what? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. And I, just shocked that somebody even knew who I was. And ended up having a nice little discussion and conversation with a couple of the guys that actually work on Veloren. It's like a community-driven project that they're working on. Such a cool thing. I like what they're doing with it, and I was informed that I should be really excited for version 0.03, I think it was that they said. I got to double check it if I look over. Yeah, you can go away, jerk. Don't like you. You're overpowered. +4 white, and I can't even put a dent in you. That's just not working. Yeah, so go away. Go away. I'm going to go pick my coins up, and you can wreck my day. It's all good. It's all good. I don't mind. Okay, so we can go this direction now. Boom. Oh, great, the other side of the thing. Yeah, so anyway, it was Zesterer and Quitrin. If I mispronounce your guys' name, I am deeply apologetic. But yeah, they both stated that they'd, seen my Cube World, and part of them finding Veloren and being inspired to work on it was because of my videos and the love of Cube World, and that just shocked me. And I'm still kind of reeling from it. It's been a couple of days since it was posted, and when you do this, when you make videos and you just talk and you do things, you don't expect, at least I don't expect anything out of this. As I've said, I'm just a guy. I play video games. I love playing them. I love sharing, and I love talking. So, I don't really think of people being as invested in me as some people are. I don't get it at times, and that's just my personality. I mean, I can understand that some of what I do makes a difference to some people, and I'm deeply appreciative of the fact that I've got a voice in a forum that actually can do that, and even to inspire people to want to create and work on a game like Veloren. That's awesome. And that's something that I've been trying to be an advocate for a while, is, and I kind of dropped the ball on it. I was working on it for a while. I was talking about positivity and being creative, and how important it is to have a passion for something creative and to follow that. It's something that I take on my own. I'm a creative. I mean, I know I am. I love drawing. I love sculpting. I love writing. I like anything in the creative vein. And that when you have a creative, like any creative part of your soul, and you have to create, like it's a moral imperative. You don't, you die. At least that's how it felt to me when I wasn't creating things. Like there was a part of me that was just dying whenever I didn't. And it's sad that a lot of folks don't get to, work on that whatever it is, whatever their passion is, whatever it is that they find that they need to be creative. And I tell you, the community for Veloren is massive. Like it's truly dynamic. The screenshots and stuff that they're working on, it looks great. Right now, it's just a tech demo that kind of shows off what some of their implementations that they want to do. I tell you though, when this gets released, I'm absolutely going to be asking if I can be involved in testing and seeing about, bringing it up on the channel for sure. And I don't know if they're asking any money for developing it or anything. I've not seen anything like that as of yet. It just looks like it's a community-driven thing. And they're so energetic about what they want to do, and that just floors me. This is going to be a complete nightmare of a place. Blue +4s? I mean, the loot's going to be insane, but oh my god. Oh god, that's me dead. Okay, I got a couple down. Well, whew. I kind of knew that was going to happen. Whoa, baby. Well, I know what we're going to be doing for the next little while. Yeah, so there is going to be a link in the description down below to the Veloren. I asked initially if it was GitHub, but they said they use a GitLab. And then there's a Discord group. So if you are at all curious and you want to see what they're working on, the links will be down there. Give them a follow. Hop on the Discord. Let them know that you want to check it out. So far, the community is really, really nice. Everybody has been super pleasant with me. And again, when it comes to being creative and doing something you love, huge supporter for it. So I'm definitely going to be keeping my eyes peeled on Veloren. I'm going to be keeping my eyes peeled in the community because I've been dealing again today with another one of these days where, Cube World hit the radar for some folks, and a multitude of questions of, where can I get the game? What happened to the developer? And it's the same thing that I have to deal with all the time. And it gets so frustrating for me that all this energy has to get expended into to Wally and his Cube World when he doesn't seem to have the same passion for it that others do. When I see, little indie developers working like this, even in a community to work on a game, the passion that they have for it, just, you can see it. And then you've got a guy like Wally who has a phenomenal little game with a huge following of people that just are clamoring to get at it. And he can't take 5 minutes out of his fucking day to tweet to them and say, hey, I'm working on something, or post an update. 6 fucking years. Are you kidding me? It's frustrating. And I think, honestly, that people deserve better than what they're getting from him. And it just frustrates the hell out of me to no end that this is something that people still have to deal with 6 years later. So frustrating. Well, we died yet again. This is going to be, if you don't know, the first room always sucks. Always sucks. I always get my ass handed to me. But are we getting any loot? That's the important thing. Let's take a look at what we're getting. Already something better. Or is it? No, I can't wear it. Warrior stuff I can't use. Ranger stuff I can't use. Let's take a look. Wow, that's nothing. Have I got nothing else out of this? Ranger. Warrior. 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 Ranger. Oh god. I think this is all crap. Yeah, so level 91, which is, it's going to be a while before we hit that. Not great. Not horrible, but not great. But yeah. And again, if you guys are super passionate about Cube World and you don't like the fact that I just was cursing about Wally, understand that I field an awful lot of questions on a regular basis because of his ineptness at handling social media. I have made I have not pulled any punches when it comes to my thoughts and my feelings on how Wally handles social media. I have stated it over and over and over again that I think that what he has done has been a travesty, and that his fans deserve a whole lot more than what they're getting from him. And I will stand by that until I'm blue in the face. I got no qualms saying it. We deserve more as fans of what he does. Even if it's just a simple tweet of saying, hey, sorry, I've been really busy. I'm not going to have much out. You might hear from me in 6 months. Thank you very much for your support. Something like that would go a mile with me. But to get these random little tweets of, hey, look what I've been working on, and fuck you, you're not going to get any of it because I refuse to release it to the public because, and again, he doesn't say that. I'm putting words in his mouth, but, it's how it feels. I'm done. I'm not going into that place anymore. Make me angry. But yeah, I'm already frustrated, and that's not the reason that I was doing this. It's nothing to do with it. But just as I was saying, I am super passionate about folks that are passionate about their dreams and hopes and things. And if making a Cube World-like game is something that drives them, and they're doing a good job of it, I'm all for it. There is a void in the world of the Cube right now that's waiting to be filled. There's been a lot of Cube World-looking games that have come out that just don't hold up. I've tried a couple of them, and they look cute, they look fun, but they overdo a bunch of the mechanics and things, and they complicate things to the point of it not being fun anymore. And I like the fact that these games like First Light and Veloren look like they're taking the approach of where the fun should be, and they're paying attention to the minute details of what I think, or what appears to be what needs to be fun, and I'm all for it. So yeah, give the guys some love. Guys and gals, I should not assume it's just a bunch of guys. There could be women involved in it. I could have been completely screwing the whole thing up, and one of the people I talked to was a lady. I should assume nothing, but again, I'm an idiot, and I think everybody's just me, but in a different name, unless they have a name like, that's specifically a woman's name, or they say, I'm a girl and I'm a fan, then I'm like, oh, okay. Other than that, everybody's just another version of me that's a fan of what I do. So that's it. That's how I am. I'm a broken mess of a man, but hey, I'm honest. That's all I got. Let's go and check out whatever this is. Oh, man. Yeah. So back to my life. Things are proceeding interestingly. As I've mentioned, I'm looking at making some changes to where I live, and that has turned into be a fiasco. Just haven't had the time, and everything I've looked at just does not seem to work for me. I don't have a lease with this apartment, so if I wanted to stick around, I can. So there is no absolute rush. And if you're wondering why I've been trying to put, oh God, it's a freaking tree. If you're wondering why I'm talking about July 1st being like the day I'm looking at moving, for whatever reason, and I have no idea why, but Montreal is one of the strangest cities. Everybody moves on July 1st. Why? No clue. I have no idea where it started, why it's the thing it is. But moving day in Montreal, I think it's just in Montreal in general, is July 1st. So the idiot in me thinks, well, I should be getting in on that train. And the other part of me is like, why, Minotaur, are you being so mean? But why should I put all of my effort into moving on a day that might be problematic? Case in point, getting my internet. I hate the frickin' Ranger. Listen, you. Internet services. I had to wait for 2 weeks to get my internet on last year. I don't want to do that again. I don't want to wait for 2 weeks to get my internet on. I know where everything is here locally. I know where to go and buy my groceries. I know where the bus stops are. I know all the stuff that I need in order to get through my day. It's all here. But the only downside, the only detractor is the fact that the apartment is not in the best location for me. And there's a few things. But overall, the apartment's fine. I got nothing really bad to say about it other than the fact that I live on a fucking highway and I hear the constant drone of cars all the time. My air conditioning's on. I've kind of soundproofed the window a little bit. Made it work better for me, and it's good. I will probably end up just sticking around here for a while, unless something pops up that looks absolutely amazing that I need to have in my life. And then, if serendipity, if it happens to be the way that it happens to be, then great. I'm not going to fight it, but I'm also not going to really exert too much effort on some things right now, because things at work are picking up for me. A couple of things that are happening out of my control. Nothing that I'm going to complain about. Just things with some of my coworkers that are going to make the next couple of weeks interesting for me. One of my coworkers is going to be taking a couple of weeks off. Another one, and these are supervisors. Another one is going on a trip. And it kind of coincides with each other. So when one's getting back, the other one's gone. So it's going to be, the work of 3 people being done by 2 throughout the next month or so. And I'm going to need to, kind of step up and make sure that everything happens right. Because for me, what I do as a supervisor is really important. The job itself, I gotta love this transition. Just check out the sky. It's red, it's red, it's red. And then, come on, you got to come in soon. There it comes. I love this little pink transition right here. This is like the early morning thing. I love it. Love it. We are actually in the nighttime transition anyway. So I love this time of day. This time at night and this time in the morning, love both of them. Anyway. So one of the things that's important to me at work is making sure that all the folks that I work with, because again, as a supervisor, you have people that work under you. And for me, it's important to make sure that they have everything that they need to make their job run easier. So that means that if I have to run around like a chicken with my head cut off and answer a multitude of questions and paperwork gets put off until later, that's what's going to happen. I'll sit in the office for an hour or so after I'm supposed to be done to do paperwork if it meant that, dealing and making sure that everybody got through their day without losing their minds and they had everything, that their jobs were going smoothly, makes me happy. That's an important thing for me. So, the next couple of weeks to a month are going to be more driven to do that kind of stuff. Even today, I got home an hour late just because there's stuff I needed to get done. I had Monday off because I'm working on Saturday, but that still didn't mean that I didn't have things to do when I got in today that I should have had done yesterday. So I mean, it's just what it is. You know, part of the job of management is very interesting, and I'm not complaining, not even a little bit. I'm more than happy to do this. This is it's not being forced upon me either. This is my own decision. I want to make sure things happen well, and that's just kind of how I am. I'm just one of those people. So if my apartment hunting gets put off to September, fine. I'll move in the fall. It's a little bit cooler. I love the look of leaves in the fall, and plus that means that I get to take the time and build my computer this summer and not have to worry about the expense of a move right now. And that's the other thing too. If you guys haven't been paying attention, Computex and E3 just happened, and oh my god, Computex, a whole bunch of stuff got announced by AMD for their Ryzen 3 series of processors. They got two that I'm eyeballing right now. One of them is a 12-core 24-thread, and the other one that they just announced at E3 the other day was a 16-core 32-thread. Not too sure what I'm going to do with either of them, but I'm going to check out and see. Probably the 12-core is more along the lines of what I'm looking at. Kind of some things that I want to do that could be incorporating a proper server type of thing, hint, hint. And they announced a new graphics card that are kind of piquing my interest. I'm not too hyped about the gaming side of it as much as some of the other aspects. Some of the production level things you can do with some of the Ryzen or the Radeon cards. There you go. The Vega cards have had some very interesting things, so I'm going to kind of hold off and see how it works for some of the things that I want to do. But I tell you, new computer is definitely happening this summer. If I maintain and keep my 1070, is highly likely. I may hold off on getting a new graphics card right from the start, but a new processor, new motherboard, new RAM, a couple of new hard drives is definitely in the works. And then this system will end up becoming my server. And I actually have a video card still from before. I got an AMD 380. So I really don't need a card at the moment. I don't need anything other than just the processor and stuff too. So yeah, I could piecemeal this together over the next little year or so and really enjoy what I'm doing with it. The other thing that happened on E3 was Google Stadia got finally announced, and I'm on the fence. I was really excited about what it was at first, and then as details have kind of come out, it's not quite what I was thinking it was going to be. My initial reaction to it was that it was going to be like a Netflix type of thing, where you pay a monthly service, you stream the games, and you can just have access to a multitude of games that are included with the service. And paying $10-15 a month for something like that, I would happily do. And it turns out that that's going to kind of be part of it, but there's like a paid version and a free version. There's going to be some free games that are included with it, like Destiny 2, which I already have, which is actually going free to play anyway. And they haven't really announced what games are going to be bundled with it or which are going to be available with it. They just said that there will be, but they also mentioned that you'll be able to buy games and to use them to stream them. My issue with that is that I have no problems having a rental service where I don't own anything. But if you want me to pay top dollar for a game that I don't have physical access to unless I only get it through a cloud, that's where I'm going to have a problem with it, is that if I have issues with the latency, or if the service doesn't pan out, what happens to my service? Is it the digital copy just gone? So I'm kind of And then the other day, Microsoft chimed in, and they were going through their E3 conference, and then they announced something that really got me excited. They have the Game Pass, the Xbox Game Pass for PC, which they just showcased, and I actually picked it up. If you have Windows 10, you have access to this. It's $10 a month, US. They're going to have 100 plus titles, and it's the exact same thing I was telling you about. It's not streaming, not yet, but it's just a service you can have where you get access to all the games, download them onto your PC on Windows 10, and play them. For me, I was like, that sounds amazing. And the games are good. Capsule Wolfenstein 2, Metro Exodus, a bunch of the ones that you could already get before, like Sea of Thieves, Forza 4, and then just a bunch of little games I've been interested in. What's the one? Void Bastards, I think was the one. But there's just like a bunch. I downloaded like 15 games yesterday, and I just said, okay, next time I get some time off, I'm going to start playing. And I just can't wait to do that because, here he is, and I think you paid $1 for it for the first month. And it's, it's a reoccurring subscription fee after that. So you have to put your credit card in, which is like, whatever. But I did it, and dang, it works. Unfortunately, the only side effect is I had to upgrade to the latest version of Windows 10, which I was kind of holding off to wait and see how it went. But so far, so good. The update looks like it's working well. A lot of nice new features with it. A lot of really interesting features with it. Especially that I found out that Microsoft been working with AMD to fix a lot of the latency issues that people were having with it. So anybody with a Ryzen processor, this is supposed to speed things up. And I'm like, wow. AMD has definitely made some changes over the last few years. They've definitely kickstarted a lot of things in the industry. And I'm kind of stoked, kind of excited to get my new computer. I love my i5 6600K, my Intel i5. It's been a workhorse. I've had this for almost the entire time I've been doing YouTube, except for, I think, the first year. It's about 3.5 years I've had this. And then, yeah, it works, man. It's moved with me. It's traveled with me. It's been broken down and packed into luggage twice, just as parts, Nothing but love for this system, but I will run this until it dies. But for doing what I'm doing now, I've got to move on to something more. But I have no problems with using this as something else. Be it a streaming box, be it a hosting server for, Minecraft or whatever it is. But yeah, anyway, I'm done rambling. I have done squat nothing today, but that's okay. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Thank you for your continued support, and thank you, anybody that's working on Veloren. If you happen to stumble upon this video and you like my stuff, thank you so much for what you're doing. I will keep my eyes peeled. Any news and updates I see on Veloren, I will share with you all. If I get access to it and they're so kind to let me play it, I will show it to you guys. But yeah, I'm a fan. Creative people, I'm a fan. Keep it up. Do the work. Have fun. And I will see you guys in our next episode. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
This is a song for all the